Well, listen, you were flawless, pretty much. I mean, listen, has a corner been turned with the car? Is it too soon to say that? Does it give you optimism? You've got something to really fight for this 5th championship with now?
We still have work to do. I mean, we still have, of course, limitations, but with knowing these limitations, you just try and find that limit of how much you can push it. We'll just try and maximize everything with what we have at the moment. But, of course, to really fight for the title, we need a bit more, that's for sure.
Well done today.
The display of precision and relentless ambition in this segment reflects a masterclass in racing strategy. Every turn and calculated move underlines the dedication to pushing boundaries while adapting to track conditions. Max Performance not only celebrates a string of victories, but also lays down the blueprint for a formidable championship challenge.
4 in a row, of course, is great, but very different scenarios compared to, I would say, the last few years here. Today was key to start first. They were trying to get into my DRS, but it's very hard to follow around here. I think also the track temp today helped us. Less overheating from the tires naturally when the track is cooler. Just incredibly happy with this result.
This interview captures a critical turning point in the season, with a strong emphasis on precision and strategy. The ability to hold off other drivers in the DRS zone and benefit from optimal track conditions demonstrates an impressive level of control and foresight. The result not only builds momentum, but also sets a clear path towards championship contention.
4th time on the trot here in Japan, Max. It was a lights to flag victory. Looks pretty standard on paper, but those McLaren guys were pushing the whole race. Was it as nerve-wracking from in the car as it looked from outside?
It was tough, just pushing very hard, especially on the last set. The 2 McLarens were pushing me very hard, and it was a lot of fun out there. Not easy, of course, to manage the tires, but yeah, I'm incredibly happy. It started off quite tough this weekend, but we didn't give up. We kept improving the car, and today, it was in its best form. And of course, starting on pole, that really made it possible, to win this race.
And given that it seems like McLaren has a bit of a car advantage over Red Bull right now, how important is it to execute on these opportunities when you start in front and keep that championship battle nice and tight?
Yeah, it's very important to always try to maximize your performance, and I think we did that very well this weekend.
All right, Max, just finally, here in Japan, like you say, 4th win in a row. You obviously love this place. This place loves you. Honda's home track, your last race in Japan with Honda. Just talk about what this place means to you.
It means a lot to me. It was in the back of my mind as well. In those last few laps, I was like, wow, I need to try and stay ahead. That would be a great story. Our final, kind of farewell race together with Honda here in Japan, and I'm incredibly proud of what we have achieved, of course, over all those years together, and I think this is like a perfect send-off.
Dream result. Congratulations on a great win.
Max's Suzuka performance is a masterclass in both precision and perseverance, especially with a lights-to-flag victory that defied expectations. The intense pressure from McLaren and the demanding tire management showcase not only his skill, but his deep connection to Honda's legacy. How does he keep pushing the limits when every lap is a battle? This win is a clear testament to his unwavering focus and championship drive.
Now, the closest Lando got was at pit exit. Can you give us your view of what happened there?
Yeah, I think the grass was it was not really well cut on the right-hand side. So I think Lando saw that as well, and he made sure that it was nicely cut.
Any more comments?
What do you want me to say?
Well, nothing. If that's it. At what point in the race did you think, I've got this?
It's impossible to tell because you don't really know how long the tires are going to hold up. But I would say with five laps to go, I felt like this is okay. The tires are holding on to a normal extent. They're not fully falling out of the window. So I was like, well, from here on, let's just make no mistakes and it should be okay.
Specific, or do you feel you can now challenge at every race?
I don't think so. But honestly, like I said, today we take it. It was very hard to pass around here. Bahrain, completely different track. Very tough on tires overheating as well. We still have work to do, but it does show that if we really nail everything, we can be up there. But from our side, we want to be better. than just sometimes, being up there. So we just keep working hard and just see, where we can be at in Bahrain already. Hopefully, we keep on improving the car, with the true corner balance, and then hopefully it unlocks also just in general a bit more pace.
Max's decision-making 5 laps before the end reflects his acute sense for the car's performance and tire endurance. Can any competitor match such precise calibration under pressure? This approach not only safeguards his lead, but also pushes the boundaries of racecraft.
First of all, congratulate Christian, congratulate
thank you very much, thank you.
And Max Verstappen. Actually, when you look at it and the association that you've had with Honda over the last few years, fitting way to end.
No, absolutely. I mean, we ran the car, in a historic livery for Honda this weekend, and so to win this race, for them is in what is our final year with Honda Power. It was very fitting, but I think, this weekend Max has been absolutely outstanding, and the hard work was really done yesterday. But today, again, in the race, he was inch perfect. And, McLaren were quick, but we were able to be that bit quicker to hold them behind.
Christian, coming into the weekend, all the talk was about a new second driver in the car, but now that you guys were able to get a little bit more performance into that car, do you agree more that the focus should have been on getting that car right so that Max would be happy in it? I mean, look at the results he was able to achieve today and yesterday.
There's always a lot of noise about these things. I mean, as a team, we're working incredibly hard to produce the fastest car that we can. And, Max has driven the wheels off that this weekend. I think the engineering team have done a great job to give him a car that he was able to really extract the most out of, and there's no better tonic or motivation than winning. And today, this weekend, we've done that, and the whole of Milton Keynes, richly deserve that. And that man, Max Verstappen, is like Mr. Motivator. So it was just the tonic everybody needed.
Strategically, did your opponents miss a beat today? They had 2 up against your man, Max Verstappen. They decided to pick Oscar first. They didn't attempt the undercut with Lando Norris, and they didn't mix the strategies really, which meant they never got access to clean air, and they were constantly following in your dirty air. Would you have done something different if you were in their position?
It was difficult because the undercut wasn't so powerful today. They tried to dummy us early in the race with a call for Lando, but we just could see you were going to come out in traffic. So we stuck to our guns, and they gave Oscar the first pit stop. Obviously then it was obvious they were going to pit the next lap with Lando, so we just covered that. It was a little tight on the pit lane exit, but perfectly fair. And thereafter it was a flat out race. I mean, there was no tar saving in that race. It was just flat out to the flag then.
Yeah. Obviously, Yuki had a great start to the weekend.
Yep.
Yesterday was maybe not exactly what you would have expected, but solid start considering coming into the weekend with not much preparation. Do you feel that you've managed to go in a direction this weekend, probably development-wise, that makes you guys more comfortable? And will this carry on in Bahrain, or is it a little bit circuit-dependent?
Well, Bahrain is a completely different challenge, but I thought that Yuki actually, that race was totally dominated by qualifying, and probably 90% of the drivers finished where they qualified. And he made one pass, and then we undercut Pierre during the pit stops, and then he was stuck behind Fernando. So he's dialed himself into the car, he's dialed himself into the team, and I think he should make a step forward, certainly over the next few races.
What does today's result and the nature of where your car and McLaren's car are at the moment mean for the championship, do you think?
Well, look, I think for the Drivers' Championship, Max is 1 point behind now. So for us, all priority is on that Drivers' Championship. The Constructors, for sure, is going to be harder, but it's a long year, and you never give up. And I think there's no better tonic or motivator than winning. And we've done that. We've done that today.
The exchange captures the dual essence of tribute and ambition, marking a fitting end to an era with Honda, while igniting the drive for future victories. The tactical nuances discussed reveal a deep commitment to pushing the limits of performance. It's a striking reminder that every race is a building block for a championship-winning journey.